Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Mat Pilates. My name is Cindy Barber. All you will need today is possibly just your mat, water, a small towel. If you feel that you're less flexible, you may wish to have a block nearby or a book, a nice good dictionary. And that is all you need. I'm going to start the music and we're going to begin warming up. Hopefully everyone is doing well. And let's go ahead and start the music. All right. Go ahead and find yourself feet hip distance apart. Find all corners of your feet. Roll those shoulders back. Let us check all of our stressors at the door or wherever you are. Go ahead, give me a deep inhale up. Pull those shoulder blades down your back as you reach those fingertips up to the sky. Reach those hands down as you fold forward. Reach those hands, cross them, touch the back, and then bend the knees and round it back up. Let me adjust the volume a little bit. All right. Go ahead. Deep inhale up. Now let's go ahead and sink into that chair. So place the weight back through your tailbone. My toes are still connected to the floor, but they're actually very loose. I could lift them at any point. Now go ahead and take a forward fold from here. Allow the neck to be loose. Let's pull up into flat back. You can either place hands on lower leg or place the fingertips on the floor or on a block. Let's go ahead, walk it out into a plank. Draw the shoulders over the wrists. My heart is in between my thumbs. My glutes are down. Abs are in, generating some body heat. Let's go ahead, take it down into staff pose. So chaturanga down, holding right here. Place body weight in plank. You can always put a foot down if you need to. Now go ahead and roll up into upward facing dog. So I have my thighs floating. You can be on the tops of your feet. You can have those toes underneath, whatever works for you. Now let's go ahead and come into downward facing dog. I'm drawing my hips back and up. I'm drawing my tailbone tall to lengthen through my spine. Inhale and exhale. Good. Three-legged dog. Let's go ahead and lift our right leg up behind. So it's up to you if you want to turn the hips slightly out or keep it parallel with the floor. Go ahead and draw that right foot forward. Turn that back foot. Draw the body up into warrior one. So my hips are facing the same direction. My shoulder blades are pulling down. My front toes are facing with my hips and my face, and my back toes are at an angle. I'm pressing through the back and outside of that back rear left foot, pulling my shoulder blades into my back pocket. Just warming here. Great job. Let's take those hands back down. Slide that right foot back into that plank, generating some body heat. At any time, you can always place one knee or both knees down. Let's go ahead, come into that staff pose, chaturanga down, elbows tucked in. Let's draw it forward into up dog. You can either roll under the tops of your feet or tuck them underneath. Core tight. Draw the hips up. Lengthen through that spine. Push those shoulders up and away from those ears. Now, can we go ahead, three-legged dog, draw that left leg up. I like to open my hips a little, only because I am not flexible. So I'm drawing my hips slightly open. You can also keep it parallel. Inhale, exhale. Press through that spine, we're warming up. Go ahead, tuck it forward. Tuck that back heel in alignment with that front heel. Come up into warrior one. I'm drawing my hips forward, shoulder blades down. My face is forward. My knee is bent. Draw from that energy. Hold it just a moment longer. Nice job. Let's take it down. Step back into that plank. My heart is in between those thumbs, my shoulders over those wrists. Core tight. Great job. Walk those hands in. My feet are hip distance apart. Draw it into that chair. So just rock that weight back into your hips and heels. Now, with your strength, press and pull up. Hands circle down around into mountain. Let's do that again. We'll go a little faster this time. Always go at your own pace. All right, inhale up. Good, sink down into that chair. Pull that belly button in, sink that weight back. Go ahead, forward fold. My nose towards my knees. I'm trying not to lean back. I'm trying to keep the weight forward. Inhale, exhale, flat back. Good. All right, hands come forward. Walk those legs back into a plank. My heart is in between my thumbs. My fingers are spread. Go ahead, chaturanga, for that form. Staff, limb, staff pose. Come into up dog. Decide top of the feet or top toes. Then come up into downward facing dog. Lengthen that spine. Push that chest towards the kneecaps. Push through each finger, especially that thumb. Good. Three-legged dog. Lift up your right leg. Decide if you're going to open the hip or not. Step forward with that right leg and gently turn that foot and come up into warrior one, turning those hips. Good. Stay right here for a moment. All right, let's go ahead. Take that right foot back. Come back down, chaturanga. Up dog. Tops the feet if you wish, or tuck those toes, shoulder blades back and down. Upward facing dog. Generating body heat right here. 3 points of energy. Lift that left leg, three-legged dog. Inhale and exhale. Press that left foot in between. Slide that heel down. Come up into warrior one. Press those hips parallel. Shoulder blades back and down. Good. Take those hands forward. Come into that plank. Shoulders over those wrists. Good. All right. Walk those feet in. Forward fold. Allow the neck to be loose. Hands on either side of the head. Reaching out into that chair. And press it. Nice. We're going to do a little bit of balance work today to begin before we get down onto the mat for good. So what I want you to do is to find, and this is where a book or a block can be helpful. We're going to do just a standing split. So I'm going to anchor my right foot forward. I'm going to place the left foot back. I'm going to tip over and I'm going to reach my hands to the ground. There's a block right there in case I want that instead. And I'm just going to stay here. And then I'm going to draw those arms up, keeping that leg lifted as much as possible behind me. Now, can we take our elbows and that knee in? See, need the block. And then push it back out. And take it down. Bring that leg down. All right, we ready for the other side? Let's shake it out, shake it out. All right, anchor that left foot. Core tight. Let's find our balance, find our groove. I'm gonna turn to the side slightly on this one. Now, sink, hands down, and that back leg lifting. Feel free to use the floor, a block, whatever you need. Now, core tight, inner thigh tight of that support left leg. When you're ready, draw those arms forward. Core tight, support leg strong, fight for it. Now, draw elbows and that knee in. Press it back, and then hands down. Woo! I didn't do so well, hopefully you did. So now we're gonna be a little faster through this. I'm gonna be from the front so that you can see that we're driving the leg back. I'll be at an angle, I should say. So tip over, draw the arms up. Bring the knee and elbow in together, press out, tap down, and come up. Not giving you a lot of time to think about it on this one. So tip over, kick that back leg up, arms out, tuck in, press and extend, and I didn't lift down, first down and then up. Let's do it. I'm gonna turn this side this way. So first, anchor, tip down, kick the back leg back. Arms are up. Draw elbows to the knee. Press back, hands down, and come up. Let's do that again. To other leg, tip down, kick it back. Core tight, arms out. Draw it in, push it out. Hands down. Lift up. Let's do that again. One more time each side. I know these are challenging. It's okay. This is what we're working on. Balance moves are a series of falls and catches. It's how you maneuver with the moving earth. So let's go ahead. Right foot anchored. Tip down. Arms up. Elbow, knee in. Press it out. Palms come down. And lift up. How'd you do? Sometimes it gets a little easier, a little better. Let's go ahead, left foot anchored, tip down. Reach those arms out. Ooh, I did it too fast. Anchor out, knee elbow in, press out, arms down, and lift up. Nice. How'd you do on that one? Hopefully you did okay. So this next one is gonna look a little similar. We're gonna start in Warrior 3, but then we're gonna do a jiva squat. Jiva. So we're gonna tip down. We're gonna have the arms out. We're gonna tip down Warrior 3, but then we're going to tuck that back leg behind the other. Squat down and press out. Let's go. So arms out, leg out. Squat, one-legged squat, press down, push out. Fight for your balance. And squat down. And press out. Two more. Core tight. Fight for it. Squat down. Push. One more to do. One more. Here we go. Squat down. Yes. And press out. How'd you do? Those are hard. We're going to do the other side now, okay? So I need you core tight. Knee soft. All right, let's go. Warrior 3, press out, find that balance. Now, go ahead, squat down. And press out. You'll have one side that's a little more cooperative than the other. Be patient. Squat down. Press out. Squat down. Press out. And squat down and press out. How'd you do? Clearly, I didn't do very well today, but that's okay. Depends, balance every day changes. I've had a 30-pound pack on my back all weekend, so my legs are saying, no, I'm not balancing your body weight. So do you, do what's comfortable for you. All right, next one. We're gonna go back to that Warrior 3, so a lot of work here. But we're gonna just draw that leg forward to a knee forward. All right, so let me stand back a little bit. And anchor your right foot. Tip back down into Warrior 3. And just draw it into a knee to chest. And press back. Core tight. And bend that knee to chest. Focus. Press back. And bend it in. And press out. And back in. Great job. How'd you do? All right, we're gonna anchor the other foot. I'll turn this way. Sometimes you'll know that it'll be easier on one side than the other. Soften the knees. Let's go. Take it into warrior three. Anchor. Now pull that knee forward and up. Find that spot to gaze at, not fixate. Press it back. And bring it in. Press it back. Bring it in. Last one. Press it back. Oh, and bring it in. How'd you do? It's what I love about live Facebook. It keeps us real. Because you know what? Today I'm fighting my balance, and that's okay. You are where you are, what you are. So be you and have fun. That's the key. All right, are you ready for the next one? We're gonna do called sugarcane pose, which is basically doing a half moon pose. So I'll get you in there, and then we're just gonna grab the foot. Again, it's another balance intensive. Thought that was important for a Monday to start our week off right. I promise we are gonna get down to the ground today on our mat Pilates class. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's tip, and this might be helpful if you have a block, if you're not feeling very flexible and your balance is challenged. You can go ahead, let's take it down, tip over. Now turn your body towards me. Grab that left hand to left foot, left ankle, and hold there. Now you can hold the floor, you can hold a block, the dictionary, whatever you need. I'm beginning to open my chest. I'm beginning to take my gaze to my phone, and I'm bringing it back down and bringing it in. Woo! All right, you ready for the other side? I'm gonna go ahead and turn. Anchor that left foot. All right, so go ahead, tip down, hands down, floor, block, whatever you need. Begin to bend in, right hand. Begin to take that ankle, foot, leg. You can use a towel. Then you're gonna begin to turn your chest and open your hip. And eventually I'm gonna start turning my head if I feel balanced enough. And then back down and release. How'd you do? All right, let's go ahead. Do a fun one for once. Not a balanced one, but it's still challenging. We're gonna take those legs as wide as possible. All right, my feet are facing front. I'm getting down as wide as possible. All right, so I'm gonna feel like we're in a sumo squat almost. We're gonna take those hips down. We're gonna place those hands down, all right? So I am going to separate my hands so that my elbows can help push my knees out and away. Feel a great inner thigh stretch. Feel those legs working hard to hold you up. My palms are down, but you could use fists, palms, whatever's comfortable for you. They're not, I mean, you could lift them up. I really want you to feel that great stretch through the groin and inner thighs. I want you to squeeze your glutes together. Make sure that neck stays soft. And then take it here, arms to the legs. You can turn those toes out about a 45-degree angle. Then, can you keep those hips down and bring those hands behind your head? Stay low, stay low. Try not to rise up. Stay really low in it. Take that right elbow to right knee and up. And take that left elbow to left knee and up. Press the body up. Here we go, back down again. Press down. Yes, right elbow to right knee and up. Left elbow to left knee and up. And press up. How you doing? One more time. Taking it down. Right elbow to right knee. Keep that groin down if you can. Squeeze those glutes. left elbow. Nice, and let's take it up. All right, can we do one of my favorites now? Let's do one of our crossing the ankles, forward fold pose. So anchor your left foot, cross your right foot. Let's cross it behind, excuse me. Cross your right foot behind. Now, I want you reaching down to the right with both hands. And then I want you to press the weight forward into your toes. I want you to put as much as the hands, wrists, whatever you can get down towards the inside of that left foot. Allow the head to loosen. Nice and light, nice and loose with the neck. Now bend both knees, hands come out. Roll the back up one vertebrae at a time. And then unfold the neck slowly. Roll those shoulders down and back. All right, so now cross your left foot behind your right. We're gonna put some motion to this after we get this side done. So knees are soft right here. Let's take that left hand down first. And then the right joins it. Push that weight forward into your toes. Let that neck relax. Pulls, push. Nice and easy. Can you place palms, back of the hands down? Get a nice wrist stretch. You can always use that book or that block. Now, bend the knees, arms come out, and round it all the way up. Now, we're gonna go back to the other side. So cross right behind the left. Let's take both arms down. Then take your right arm up, soften the knees, and look up. Now right hand comes down. Bend both knees and pull the body up with the leg strength. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Now, left leg is behind. Let's go ahead, bring both palms down. Inside of that right foot. Draw that left arm open, soften the knees for balance. Take it down, lift the arms core tight, and lift. Fabulous. How did you do? Okay, last standing move, then we're down. All I want you to do, anchor the left foot. Give me your right knee into the chest. I've interlaced my fingers. Feel free to use a towel. Your core is tight, that inner thigh is tight. Go ahead and draw that left arm out and draw and open the right hip, pulling it. Try not to let that left knee twist at all. Keep that body facing front. You can even transfer that hand to the inner thigh to help and bring it back in, hug it, and come down. Super job. All right, go ahead. Bring that left knee into the chest. Find your balance. Think about it. Stay right here. Bring the right arm out. Open that left hip. You can even draw that hand to the inside. Strong. Beautiful. Now take it back in the center. Hug it. Come back down. How'd you do? Let's go ahead. Let me position my mat. Make sure. I think that's good. All right. Feel free to have your towel nearby, not only for use, but if you're like me, I've already started sweating. Let's go ahead. Find a string or an imaginary bar to sit on. Cross your right leg over your left. Now, lift up those heels gently. If you have bad knees, go ahead and join me on the floor. You do not need to try this move. Core tight, knees soft. Once you get down to a seated position, the hands can come down and go ahead and have a seat. Legs are out in front. Chest is high. Turn it. Chest is lifted. Tailbone is anchored down. All right. Let's go ahead. Roll those shoulders back. Lift up through that sternum. My toes are wiggling to the sky. My arms are out. I'm gonna go ahead and roll it down one vertebrae at a time. It's like there's a big physio ball, those big balls that you're squeezing and holding on to as you lower yourself down. All right. Make sure you've walked your shoulder blades down and away from your ears. Let's go ahead and draw the knees one at a time to tabletop. All right, I'm squeezing, pretending there's an imaginary ball. You can also roll the towel up in between the knees. You can also use your block in between your knees, or if you have a small ball. That can help you guide so that your core can work more effectively and more efficiently. All right, so I'm in tabletop. I'm just gonna peel my head and upper shoulders to gaze in between my thighs. You may wish to stay here for our 100. Shoulders are down and away. Or you can extend out, or you can even lower down a little bit. Choose your level. I'll go somewhere in between. And we're just gonna pretend like we're splashing the water. So you're gonna inhale. My core is wrapped around like there's a big anchor weighting itself down on my belly button through the spine. And go ahead, you can turn those palms if you wish. So think of it as a quick 5 inhales and a quick 5 exhales. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You can always bend the knees. Exhale. Remember, find what's good for you. Inhale. Exhale. Make sure your neck is not stressed. I'm gazing in between my legs. We're almost there. Inhale. Exhale. Remember, there's a big anchor on the belly. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. And exhale. Draw the knees in the chest. The head comes down. Now, go ahead and roll your bowl a couple of times. Roll your bowl a couple times the other direction. Good. We're warming up the core as if it hasn't been warm, but intensifying a little bit. So now let's go ahead and do our single leg stretches. So what I'm going to advise you here is we're going to start with our left leg down on the ground, and we're just going to extend through the back of the right leg, okay? We're going to draw those shoulders, so we're trying to get our sternum towards the kneecaps. You're just gonna swap the legs out. You can even give me a little pulse too. If you need to, you can drop that bottom leg onto the ground, but if not, if you need a challenge, good. Biggest thing is you're strong through that upper body. Your neck should feel zero tension. Your shoulders are away from those ears. We're getting there. You can also play with pointing the toes and then flexing the toes. Your choice, almost there. You should start to really feel this deep into the belly. Exhale. One more. Great job. Knees come into the chest. Arms come to opposite walls. Drop the knees down. Remember, make sure those shoulders are away from those ears. Drop those knees down to the right. Go ahead and extend that leg. A little brief interlude before we do our next core move. Bend that top left leg. Drop those knees down to the other side. Make sure that neck stays soft. Go ahead and extend that top leg, keeping the knees close. My shoulder blades are back and down. Bend it, come back up. Let's go ahead and do a couple leg rocker roll-ups. So we're gonna draw the knees towards us and we're gonna lift up. Notice my feet are not touching the ground. I'm lifting my chest completely up. I'm rolling back and lifting up. I'm sitting on my shirt. So when you come up, if you want, you can feel free to give me an extension, or you can keep holding the backs of your legs. If your feet roll forward and touch the ground, no worries, just pick them up. Relax those shoulders. Now, if you wish, you can place those hands behind the head. so that you really have to stay in control of the torso, the rib cage towards those kneecaps. Pull that belly button in tight. Let's do one more. Great job. Let's place those feet down. Go ahead and sit butterfly for me. Take a quick release. Again, so this time I like to lift my toes up, and that's because I'm not very flexible. I'm drawing my knees out and away, and I'm pushing my sternum forward. I'm not just trying to tuck down, which feels good, but we need some elongation moves, so we're pressing the chest forward. I'm bending my arms. My arms are actually working in a little bicep contraction here. I'm resisting against my hands with my outsides of my feet. And let's go ahead and fly those butterfly wings. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna roll back. Let's go ahead and do our corkscrew. We're gonna lie on our back. Legs are up in the air. My shoulder blades are down and away from my ears. I'm positioned myself so I really feel anchored from my tailbone to the back of my head. My neck is soft. I could stick a washcloth underneath my neck, but it's aiming down. So hopefully that makes sense to you. So it's soft. You could still slip something behind it, but it's not tilting. All right. So we're going to, you can keep hands to opposite walls. You can keep hands down at your hips, or you can keep them across your chest. I like to keep them down near my hips. I want you to pretend you have wrapped your legs together completely. All right? So we're gonna inhale as we circle down and around to the right, come up into center, and exhale as it comes up. So we're gonna widen this circle in a moment. So go ahead, take it all the way around this time instead of coming halfway. So inhale, lower as far as it feels comfortable for you, keeping that core tight, staying in control. So let's go ahead, let's do a few more. We're gonna go the other direction, don't worry. So let's practice flexing the feet going around. You'll feel it differently. And now pointing the feet going around. Now I'm really having to work to keep control of that lower back. We have two more. So now you can do foot pointed or flexed. Up to you, I did one of each. And go ahead, give me knees to chest. Take a really release of those shoulders. I like to wiggle my ribs around. All right, we're gonna do the other side. So the first one is a little smaller circle than the others. We're gonna extend it up. You're gonna inhale as you lower down and then exhale as you come up. Now we're gonna make it the full circle. So inhale, circle around, exhale as you're lifting up and around. Feel free to play with those feet, pointed or flexed. The biggest thing is that your glutes are anchored to the floor. Your lower back is angling down to the floor. Your shoulder blades are fixed to the floor. Your spine is long and down, feeling heavy, like you have a big anchor. So feel free again to try the point. You do not have to make your circles big for it to be effective. So find the width of the circle that works for you to keep in control of the ribs knitted together, to keep control of there's a big weight or kettlebell aiming on your belly button. We have two more, so choose pointed or flexed. One more. Knees to chest, well done. I like to go ahead and get in a happy baby pose from here. I'm drawing the knees to the outsides of my rib cage, drawing my hips down, lower back, pulling those shoulders down. I can rock the baby. Before we begin our next, hopefully your core has been really feeling it. Let's roll it all the way up right here. Let's do a little side series. I'm gonna go ahead and move my mat a little bit so that it'll be a little easier to see. All right. Let's do our side kick number 3 first before our 2. So let's go ahead. So I would love for you to have the legs extended out, and I would love for you to come down onto, so that the back of your tricep is onto the floor. Maybe I made that too close. All right, so you are stacking your ribs, your hips, your legs. All right, you can place this hand in front for balance anywhere around. You can also place it behind your head. I just want you to make sure that you're not collapsing that neck in, that you are elongated. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna slightly turn out that top leg, whichever leg is on top for you. You're gonna slightly turn that toe out and it's slightly pointed. All right, so what I want you to do is feel little rotations without the hip moving. The hip moves, I shouldn't say that. Without you moving forward and back with the hip. So keep it stacked and give me little circles. Your front arm is for balance. Just little circles, little circles, little circles. So think of wrapping this thigh in a band that's bringing it and keeping it in the air. Keeping those hips stacked, ribs stacked. Great job, almost there. And release it. Just pull it forward, allow it to release. You can twist slightly back here for a little release through that spine. And we're gonna come back, and this time we're gonna reverse that circle. So find that good hand position, lift it up, pretend there is something in between, suspending that leg in the air, and little circles forward. Now, with the leg coming forward, let's go ahead and change that to flexed foot and then pointed foot. I'm really being careful that my hips stay stacked. My abdominals are tight, trying not to rock back and forth. And I'm just changing the foot position to what feels good and just to change it up a little bit. Great job. Bring that leg in. Give me a little twist back. All right, let's go ahead and go to the other side. So make sure that you are down onto that tricep. All right, so find that position. Ribs are stacked, hips are stacked. It's like you're in one long lean line and you're stacked. You're squashed in between two walls. You've got your support hand here. You're lifting up that top leg, whichever it is, and we're gonna circle out and open. I have my foot now pointed. We can change that if you wish. We kind of kept it pointed the whole time on the other side, except for when we rotate it in. So we're gonna keep it pointed as we rotate out. So you're opening slightly. So I want you to think of opening that hip, but not excessively. Almost there. Great job. So think of nice, small, tight circles. It's like your leg is squeezing itself and you're fighting these little circles within your own body. Great job. Let's go ahead and release that forward. All right, we're gonna take that leg back. This time we can play with a flexed foot. Lift it, suspend it, core tight, make sure everything's stacked, and open up. Little tight circles. Now point it. It's a very little movement. You're fighting your own body weight on this. You're keeping it suspended in the air. Flex, flex. Almost there. The leg becomes heavy. You're fighting gravity. And go ahead and release it down. All right, nice. So now we're gonna do an eagle crunch. So we're gonna find ourselves just rotated onto our back. We're gonna take, let's go ahead, we can bend the knees first. Shoulder blades are down. Take your right arm, cross it underneath the left for your eagle beak. Now, take your right leg, so if your right arm went under with the arms, you're gonna take your right leg over and try to tuck it underneath that the left calf. So, we've got our arms. We're pulling those elbows down. So you don't want to be way up here. We want to be over the chest. So now we're going to crunch together and take it down. You can even give me a little arm extension when you come down, and then lift up and extend those arms back. Feel that great back stretch. When you stretch those arms, still in that eagle pose, sink that belly button down through your spine. My neck is soft. If ever, you can break your eagle beak and put your hand behind your head. Really strong with the upper chest towards that kneecap. Exhale on that exertion. Can you give me 2 more? Last one. Great job. Undo. Release the knees to the chest. All right, here we go. Bent legs. Now, arms are up. Left arm underneath the right. Try to place the palms flat together, making that eagle beak. I like to squeeze my nose as just a reference so that my arms are over my chest. So, legs come up. Left leg goes over the right. All right? So you crossed it over and then tucked it under that calf. Now, shoulders are away from those ears. Double crunch your eagle. Crunch elbows to the knees. So think of exhaling here and inhaling on the way back down. Exhaling and inhaling. Make sure that your belly button is down through your spine. One more. Well, actually, not more. One more. Sorry. Now you have 4 more to complete the set. Are you getting good extensions with those arms? My shoulder is not as flexible on this side, so I have not been able to get my arms as far as I could on the other. That's because my right shoulder is a little tighter. Give me 1 more. And then unfurl yourself, uncross yourself, and draw that knees to the chest. How'd you do? All right. We're going to take the hands behind. We're going to roll it all the way up. So now, we're going to do 1 move on our front. We're going to do a couple plank moves. Then we're going to move to 1 move on our back, and then the favorite part, the Shavasana. So, 3 moves with our plank today. I need you to go ahead, place your forearms down. Our first move today is just going to be rolling the hips. So it's just like you're trying to reach your hips to the outside of your mat. So what am I making sure that I'm doing? My core is tight. I'm making sure my shoulders stay away from my ears. So the crown of my head is pulling towards the front of my mat out. One more each side. Great job. Knees come down. Can you press back into extended child's pose? If you have bad knees, you'll keep it up and draw the chest forward and down. All right, the second of 3 moves with our plank today. We're gonna change our arm position to be here so that we can open up to our side little planks. So, feet are about hip distance apart, core tight. So, take one arm out and open, turn those hips, come down and in, take the other arm and in. Just try to make sure you're turning the arm, the chest, the hips open. Keep it going. One more each side. And take those knees down. Press it back. Are you ready? We have our last plank move. What we're going to do today is we're just gonna tap those feet out wide and in close. Let's go ahead. We're gonna make sure in our plank today, our forearms are down without our hands interlaced. I want you to work on pressing through your thumbs so your forearms are down. I am making sure I'm not collapsing through my shoulders. Get into your plank, belly button in. Walk astride your mat and walk it in. You can change the lead foot each time. It's up to you. My belly button is tight. My core is tight. Almost there. Make sure the neck stays soft. One more. And you did it. Nice job. Go ahead, press back, extended child's pose. Breathe deeply. Now, stay here. Place your forehead on your mat or carpet, whatever you're, and push your left underarm down to the mat. And then center up. Then press your right underarm down to the mat. Let's come up onto all fours, please. So give me a cat back. Inhale first, and then exhale as you draw your belly button up through your spine. Your head tracks down, tailbone tracks, open them back. Then go ahead, lift the tailbone cow. Look forward, belly button down. So time it with the breath. Exhale. Hold your breath. Inhale. Hold your breath. Exhale. Hold your breath. Inhale. Great job. Wiggle your dog's tail side to side. Go ahead and tuck the feet in front of you. Toes are docile towards the sky. Track those hands down towards the feet. Draw that chest forward. Stay right here and breathe. I slightly lift one knee and then I slightly lift the other just to feel it a little differently through my hamstring and through my glutes. Can you slowly walk those hands up? Can you go ahead and lift and twist? Can you come to the other side? Lift the torso, lift and twist. Come back to center. Can you cross your legs for me here? Walk those hands out. Walk those hands back up. Press your right arm to the side. Keep the hips down. Try to draw that left arm over. Try to start floating that right elbow down towards your mat. Come on up. Left hand tracks out. Right arm comes over. Gently float that left elbow towards the floor without lifting the hips. And come on up, ear to shoulder. Chin traces the upper chest, ear to shoulder. Hands come to the heart. Look over your right shoulder and over the left. Again, my name is Cindy. Namaste just means that the light in me recognizes the light in you. Namaste. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks for joining me. Have a great one. Bye-bye.